Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This morning, I'm going to be demonstrating ways on how to save some money on your shops and also how to prepare food in advance for you and your family, healthy foods that you can quickly just like reheat or quickly use during the week to make your meal preparation every single day easier. A lot of the times I feel like the reason why we opt for like takeout and just options that I guess aren't very nutrient dense is because it is really hard in this day and age for us to be prepared and for us to actually have the time. Like life is so busy and I know this. It's so full. I'm actually trying not to use the word busy. I'm saying my life is full, not busy. That is thanks to my friend Kim. She told me about that and I was like, yes, I want it to be full of all the wonderful good things that I love and not busy, because busy can then sometimes be doing things that don't even really give you fulfillment and life. All about that optimal health, you know? So today I'm going to be showing you guys, I've got so many fruit and veg here. Like I went to the fruit shop and I always go straight to the discount section first and then get the rest of my fruit and veg after that because a lot of it's still in pretty good nick usually. And so I got like, say this, it's literally 3 bunches of spring onions for $1. And like they all look really good still. I got a celery for $1. I got Brussels sprouts for $1. $1. $1. That is 4 bunches of bok choy for $1. Like what? Anyway, half a pineapple for $1, a cabbage for $1. These other things I got like were full price, but still, all this came to like 16 bucks, right? And I thought to myself, I'm gonna pull it all apart, see what's really good and what I can actually just use as fresh produce. And then I'm going to add the rest into a veggie stock. So I'm going to make my own veggie stock. I have a Thermomix, so it makes it a little bit easier because I can actually cook it and then blend it in the one kitchen tool, you know? But if you don't have a Thermomix, do not fear, because you can make this on the pot, you can cook it all down and then blend it like either with an immerser blender thing. What do you call them things? Immerse. I don't know. Anyway, one of those blender things, all right? Or else you can chuck it in a blender and like actually, or a food processor and blend it up once it's cooked and then cooled down a little bit. So you can do it that way. If you have a Thermomix, you can do it my way. But I'm going to show you guys how I make my own veggie stock, and it ends up being a paste. So all you end up doing, storing it in the fridge. Since there's some good quality salt, but some salt in there, it's going to last a while. So it can just sit in a jar in the fridge, and then you can just mix it with water whenever you would like to make something that requires veggie stock. That just gets so many nutrients into mine and my husband's day, but it also then uses up like the stuff that maybe will go yuck a little bit quicker. So that's how I do my fruit and veg, like my produce shop. And then today I'm also going to be showing you guys a little bit of a time-saving hack and saving, like a dollar saving hack as well. I'm going to be making my own schnitzels, and so I buy like a big bulk packet of chicken breast, smash it out. Hopefully it's going to be useful and give you some inspo to save some money, save some time, be prepared for meals throughout the week, because you know that preparation is key. Preparation is key. I'm going to separate a lot of this veg, fruit and veg. I'm also going to use some old vegetables and produce that's in my fridge that I just want to use up in this stock. It's such a great way to use up old veggies. Another really cool way is to make like stews and soups with the older kind of veggies as well. Anything to avoid wastage. Let's do it. All right, so I've got all of my veggies prepped and ready to go. So all of my bad ones, I already partly blended it up just because there was a lot in there, but I know a lot of it was just like leafy stuff, so it could actually like break down further and fit more in. So I'm gonna also blend this up a little bit in there as well. And then I'm going to be adding in my salt and some herbs. So I'll let you know exactly what I personally add in, and I'll make sure that I write all the quantities in the description box below so that you can actually make it yourself at home. The reason why I love these little things, so I've put all the good stuff in these little things. The reason why I love them is because they have like drainage parts, right? So I just chuck all my veggies in there, and then I grab some apple cider vinegar mixed with water, and I just like give them a nice bit of a rinse, and then rinse off with just normal water, and then literally just like drain it out a little bit and sit it in these tubs. So it sits in these tubs in the fridge, ready to go, ready to use up, and chuck in whatever meals I'm cooking during the week. So I just kind of like chop things up a little bit to make it really easy for me to cook meals, because sometimes I feel like if you know you have to do all the like kind of jobs as well as like, you know, just try and get dinner cooked. It's just anything to make life a little bit easier. So I often make things look like pretty, so it's more appealing for me, you know, to get out of the fridge and whack it in my dinners. My husband's calling. 2 seconds. Hello, my love. How are you? It's good. Good. I was just wondering if everything was all right. I was like, oh, you haven't come back yet. So yes, let's get started onto it. So I'm going to be blending all this up in here. One kind of non-negotiable kind of veg is celery. So if you don't have celery in your fridge and you're going to make some stock, I would definitely recommend going to purchase some, because for some reason it just adds this like a depth of flavor to the stock. I've made it without it, and then I've made it with it so many times of each, and every single time the one with it is better. So let me get blending. All right, I'm just gonna simmer that away. One other thing that I do love about the Thermomix is that you can just like set it and forget it kind of thing. Like you don't have to worry about like stirring or anything, because it's just doing it all. So I'm gonna go hang out my washing. I'll be right back. These end up cooking away either in your pot on the stove or in your Thermomix if you have one. And so all I'm gonna do is quickly just blend it and just maybe let it blend for like a minute or so. If you're using like another kind of food processor or something, maybe just wait till it cools down a little bit. All right, let's chuck it into a jar. Let's see how much of this I spill. So as I said, I'm going to put up the quantities of how much to mix with water, depending on like when your recipe calls for stock, how to actually use this. It's so handy. I love it. And oh, it smells so good. All right, so I made 3 jars full. Usually I probably only make maybe 2. So I did have a little bit more veggies to use up than normal. I literally just use these jars that they're just like had it like pickles or something in them, and I just always chuck them in the dishwasher and store them up in my cupboard so that whenever I make stuff, I can just chuck it in there. So I'll do the same with my sauerkraut as well, which I will show you soon. All right, so I said I was gonna be making sauerkraut, and usually I use Celtic sea salt. It is literally the best sea salt ever. And I only have a little tiny bit left, and it's actually what I add in my water bottles. I add a little bit of that in my water bottles with some lime or lemon juice for hydration. So I don't want to use it. I was going to say waste it on this. That's not a waste because it's such good salt. It's good in anything. But I don't want to use up what I have left on this. So I'm actually just going to be using up some rock salt, and I'll put the ratio for cabbage per salt in the description box so that you guys can make your own sauerkraut, because there's so many benefits to fermented foods. So when it comes to like pre and probiotics are it's like foods that have bacteria in them that really like help the gut health to flourish. So it's like really good bacteria. And then prebiotics are things that help feed that good bacteria. So it's important to have a good mixture of both. Sauerkraut, since it's a fermented food, is actually a probiotic, which is, man, it's just so good for you. I just love it. And then prebiotics are things like any sort of like fiber, like high fiber containing food, like fruit, veg, like produce, really helps to then feed the good bacteria. So the good like probiotics that we're putting into our body then get fed by the prebiotics. So add this into your diet, add just a little bit onto your salad every day, and mate, you're laughing. You'll be laughing. So this is actually what I made a few weeks ago. These have been sitting in my cupboard. So these will be ready in like, I think about 2 weeks, which is very exciting. I put a reminder on my phone so I remember when I can start eating them. I just want it already. So I just thought I'd show you that jar there. And I'm gonna be chopping up my cabbage, making sure that I leave the outer layers, like the really thick outer layers, they're gonna come in handy at the end. So I'll show you why they're important to keep. But the rest of it, I'm just gonna chop up like really, really small, really, really fine. All right, I've got a clean and sterile jar. So what I'm gonna be doing is putting all this into the jar, and I wanna make sure that I end up having a heap of liquid at the top of it. So I'm just gonna shove all this in there. I just end up being as messy as I wanna be, you know? I say the more the merrier, because I am obsessed with sauerkraut. All right, I'm gonna end up divvying out. So this is I did not add water into this, just to let you know. Literally, it's just cabbage and salt, and as you massage it in, the liquid comes out of the cabbage. This is what we want. So I'm just gonna chuck those 2 jars there. Squish it down really, really, really tight to end up having, oh, that looks good, all the liquid come up above the cabbage. So I'm just gonna divide, oh, whoopsie, a bit of this liquid in here, because all of the cabbage, because it's going to ferment for like 5 weeks or so, all of the cabbage needs to be submerged in the liquid, and that is why these bad boys come in handy. So what I want you to end up doing is grabbing out these outer cabbage leaves, the really tough ones, are not going to be eaten. So when I'm ready to eat this, I will discard all this extra gross rough stuff on the top. It's literally just to help keep it all submerged so that the actual cabbage underneath gets fermented without it going off. Ooh, oh, that was strong. That was strong. Really submerged in there. So see how like there's so much liquid under there? And then time to chuck the lid on. I'm literally just gonna sit this in the cupboard 5 weeks. I shall label it and chuck it in the fridge. Delicious. All right, my friends, I'm about to make some chicken schnitzels. Chicken breast, bulk size for $9.90 a kilo compared to probably around about $12 a kilo if you get like the smaller packets, or sometimes even a little bit more depending on where you get it from. I got it from just like a local butcher here. Take out some of it and marinate it, put it in the fridge, put it in the freezer, like divide it up into meals. And then I also always make bulk chicken tender like strips and chicken schnitzels because my husband loves them. And it's such an easy way. So if I need to make him lunch within like 5 minutes, I will literally chuck them in the air fryer, chuck these chicken strips in the air fryer, make a salad wrap, chuck the chicken strips in there, and literally good high protein, healthy, easy meal for him. I don't actually eat chicken, but he loves it. I just find if you have kids, like you can obviously do like heaps of like smaller bits, like nugget kind of size or chicken strip kind of size. 3 bowls here, I've got plain flour and I'm gonna put some salt and pepper in there. And I've got, so I either use egg or milk as the next kind of layer. And then I've also got a coating mix. I've got a mixture of panko breadcrumbs and cornflakes. If I have leftover sourdough, that I've just chucked in the freezer, I can blend that. I usually love to blend that up. That's my favorite crumbing on anything, is because then it has a bit more health to it, you know. I'm gonna season them with my little Greek spice mix, which again, if you're following me on Instagram, you would have seen me make this. I love it. It's got all my favorite flavors in there and it's so good. So I am gonna be using that to season the crumb mix, but you can literally use like salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, whatever. So I've already flattened and chopped up. I made Jordan's lunch just before quickly. So I've already got some cut up, but I'm going to also flatten another couple of breasts, I think. Bang it, yeah. Oh, looking good. That's ready. So I'll start with the big piece. I'm gonna put it into the flour, my milk and egg yolk mix, and then into my crumbing. I hope you enjoyed my episode today, guys. Please make sure that you do like this video. Let me know what you think. If you make any of the recipes, please comment below. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel because I want to be providing more of this kind of content as well, but I also do post videos regularly, like weekly, ranging from like workouts in real time, exercise demos, healthy recipes, stories about my faith, just so many things that I am passionate about, which is obviously optimal health and overall well-being. That is what my channel is all about. So if you are interested in all those things as well, or if you want some inspiration or education or motivation, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed making some sauerkraut, chicken schnitzels, or nuggets or tenders, some homemade veggie stock with me. I've also got my chicken here, my leftover of the bulk chicken, which I'm just marinating in some homemade marinade. I share all these kind of inspos over on my Instagram, so make sure you go and follow me over there because that's where I'm mostly active. And yeah, remember that my aim is to help you become your healthiest and happiest self. So if there's certain videos that you want me to create content for, please let me know. I shall see you next time. Bye.